What is going on, boxing fans? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Now, today we're going to be breaking down Andrew Tate against Chase DeMoor. We'll be breaking down how the fight will be won by both fighters, who will win and who I'll be backing. Now, you might be thinking, why are we breaking down Misfits fighters? Quite simple. We are the home of boxing. Traditional boxing, Misfits boxing, amateur boxing. You want it, we do it. Now, enough with the jibber jabber, let's get into it. Now, as tall as you are, as big as your range you have compared to all the opponents you fight, as powerful as you hit, Chase DeMoor lacks boxing fundamentals, which is key. As you'll see here, chin up in the air, boom, Tolman lands a right hand, he's on the canvas. Against someone like Tate, you cannot do that. Against someone who's an ex-seasoned professional fighter, although he's a lot older and he's obviously not in his prime years, he still has that, that rhythm and that sort of natural instinct where to react to shots like that. But luckily, he managed to come back into the fight against Tolman, ended up dropping him at the end of the second, and then stopping him in the third round. But you'll see here when he throws as well, even when he drops him on the ropes, look how far he's leaning back. But I don't know who Tolman is. I don't know if he's another influencer. But you're seeing here, the way he's fighting him, he can't do that against ex-season pros. Now you see here against Knight, rushing your work in and out, but when he throws that jab, he leans back. That is the worst thing you could do. Jab, lean back, and jab and lean back. Because he will come over with a leaping gazelle hook, and that will shut your lights out. But with Chase DeMoor, credit to him. As you'll see here, he fought in Mexico. He's had a few of the, typical Tijuana shows to gain his experience, which, fair play to him. He's gained experience. He wants to improve and perfect his craft. Nothing wrong with that in the slightest. This is the best thing for young professional fighters that they do, especially in the States, where a lot of them do go pro early in Mexico, sorry. But obviously, he hasn't had that experience because he's an influencer. And he's only took up boxing recently. And in this fight here, he drew against this Mexican journeyman, but if you watch the fight, I gave him every round, but obviously American find a Mexican country, you know how it works. But he showed signs of improvements, the way he was turning him, the way he was throwing twists on his shots, less wide hooks, just thrown from the hips, more tight and neater. And he's using his guard belt, using his range as a finder to create openings. He's improving. But if you see Tate here, he's got punches, he's got that power. His left hook is unreal, his right hook is unreal. But because he's here with the kickboxing, naturally in kickboxing, it's different to boxing, your stance is more square on. So if you are more square on, you could quite easily concede a 10-8, even if you're not hurt. Just a right hand down the pipe catching you and sending you on the canvas. So that's why I need to, create awkward angles, utilise that footwork. But this is one thing I say about Tate from looking at his old kickboxing experience and recent footage from his last fights. He's got a very good fight IQ in a way similar to Chase DeMoor, where he leans his chin up, but he relies on his reflexes. Now, if you see in this short segment, lands what he needs to do out of range. Lands what he needs to do here, out of range. Uses his chin high up and his reflexes. He doesn't use his chin high up like Chase and just gets cool. He's got the reflexes to back up, as you can see here. Although it did look like he got hurt, but it was a slight. If you slow it down like I did there, he slightly tripped over his leg. But if you slow it down and you zoom in to when the punch landed, when Tate landed his punch and the other person threw, it slightly missed it narrowly. Same here as well. And again, hard hitting, and he is an absolute animal in the kickboxing world. But can he bring it to the boxing world? Quite simply, be an unorthodox as he is. He's an awkward fighter, so carry on that awkwardness. Utilise them leaping gazelle hooks, because when Chase has his chin in the air, that is going to send his lights off. And obviously, the most important, eliminate his range and work under it as you're defeating him at his own game. Now with Chase, just pop that jab. Just pop that jab, keep him at bay. Focus on your fundamentals and tuck that chin. Because if you do not tuck that chin and you're just blinking every time he throws a jab and you're just lifting your head backwards, you'll just create openings for him to come up with that hooks like I'm referring to, or just a right down the pipe, because then your body will be a lot more open. Now, on paper, although he's got the experience, Chase, he's younger, he's fresher, he's bigger, he's taller. You could say he hits harder, but I believe he'll get hit on the chin at the right time, and I do believe that Tate will win. I think he's too experienced, too seasoned, even at the old age that he is. But I think he will win. Now, it depends really on the tactics of Andrew, whether he comes in on a point scoring basis or he wants to go and take his head off. Now, I believe he has the capability of doing either. So I'm just going to bet on him, personally, just to win outright. I could see a way he wins on points, and I could see a way of him dropping him, stopping him, or potentially dropping him and just holding him out for a long beat until a wide unanimous decision victory. I see many methods, but I don't really see that much of a way that Chase can win, unless, of course, he lands that one lucky blow. Now, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and as always, this ain't financial advice, just what I've done based off my research. God bless.